Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. state quarter dollar coins, as some of these coins are rare and can make you rich overnight. In this video, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today, we're diving into one of the most talked about coins in the entire U.S. state quarters series. It's small, shiny, and often overlooked, but make no mistake, it could be hiding a surprise that could change your life. We're talking about the 1999 Delaware state quarter. And trust me, this isn't just any quarter. Some versions of this coin have turned out to be incredibly rare and astonishingly valuable. You'll want to hear every detail, because by the end of this video, you might just be rushing to check your own coin stash. Let's rewind the clock to 1999. It was the year the U.S. Mint launched a brand new program that would change the way people looked at pocket change forever. The 50 State Quarters program was created to honor each U.S. state with its own unique coin design, released in the order the states joined the Union. The very first coin to kick off this historic initiative? Delaware. And what a coin it is. On the reverse side, you'll see a beautifully detailed image of Caesar Rodney, riding horseback in the midst of his famous overnight journey in 1776 to cast the decisive vote for American independence. That single ride changed history, and the coin that commemorates it is now making history of its own in the collecting world. Now here's where things get exciting. Not all Delaware quarters are created equal. While millions were minted and entered circulation, only a handful carry the rare traits and minting errors that send collectors into a frenzy. Let's talk about those errors. One of the most famous and strangely named error varieties is what collectors call the spitting horse. Yes, you heard that right. In some Delaware quarters, there's a die crack that appears to shoot out from the horse's mouth, almost like it's spitting. It may sound silly, but this die crack isn't just a quirky detail, it's a highly sought-after mint error. Coins that show this clear crack are instantly more valuable, especially if they're in great condition, but that's not the only variety to watch for. Other Delaware quarters have been found with off-center strikes, where the design isn't perfectly aligned with the coin's edge. These types of mint errors are uncommon and visually striking, two things collectors love. There are also quarters struck on the wrong planchet, meaning the coin was minted on metal mint for a different denomination altogether. Imagine a quarter struck on a nickel planchet. That's an instant collector's dream. Another critical factor is doubling. On some rare Delaware quarters, you might find what's known as double die errors. This means some parts of the coin, usually the text or date, appear to be slightly duplicated or shadowed. If you find doubling on words like Delaware, Caesar Rodney, or E pluribus unum, you're not just looking at a cool mistake. You're holding a piece of American coin history that could be worth serious money. And of course, as every collector knows, condition is everything. A Delaware quarter with any of these errors is worth much more if it's in uncirculated or mint state condition. That means it has no wear, sharp details, and original luster. Coins that were carefully preserved from the time they were minted can fetch dramatically higher prices, especially when paired with these rare error traits. Now here's the part that gets collectors' hearts racing. Among these rare Delaware quarters, there are a few that have stunned the coin world by selling at auction for sky-high prices. And we're not talking hundreds or even thousands of dollars. One extraordinary example of the 1999 Delaware quarter, featuring a rare error and in nearly flawless condition, was sold for a jaw-dropping total of $80,000. That's right. $80,000 for a single quarter you could have once received as change for a coffee. So the big question is, do you have one? Go grab that coin jar, check your drawers, flip through your old collection. You might just have one of these treasures sitting right under your nose. Look for signs of errors, cracks, doubling, off-center strikes, or strange metallic tones. If you find something unusual, don't clean the coin, get it appraised professionally. You never know what it could be worth. Coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's a hunt. A search for pieces of history that tell stories, capture moments, and in some cases, carry incredible value. The 1999 Delaware State Quarter is a perfect example of how a small coin can carry a big story and a bigger payday. Top 2, we're uncovering the secrets behind a modern U.S. quarter that has captured the attention of treasure hunters all across the country. It's a coin you may have in your pocket, in your change jar, or tucked away in a forgotten drawer, and it could be far more valuable than you ever imagined. We're talking about the 2015 Homestead National Monument of America quarter. It may seem like just another piece of modern change, but some rare versions of this coin have turned out to be absolute gold mines for collectors. And yes, one of these special quarters has fetched a mind-blowing price at auction, but more on that in just a bit. Let's start with the story behind this fascinating coin. The Homestead quarter was released as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a follow-up to the widely successful 50-state quarters program. This series celebrated national parks, monuments, and historic sites across the country, and in 2015, Nebraska's Homestead National Monument earned its place on the coin. Now, what exactly does this quarter depict? On the reverse side, you'll see a simple but powerful design: a log cabin representing the shelter early settlers built, a water pump symbolizing access to water, and two hands grasping a spade, honoring the labor that built the foundation of American communities. This coin is more than metal. It tells the story of hard work, hope, and the American frontier spirit. But while the design is symbolic, there's something else about this coin that makes collectors perk up: rare mint errors. You see, while millions of Homestead quarters were minted, a small number contain mistakes, tiny flaws that happened during production but turn these everyday coins into rare collectibles. And if you find one of these flawed beauties, you could be looking at a serious payday. One of the most talked about errors on the Homestead quarter is the snow on the roof error. This occurs when a die chip appears above the log cabin, giving the illusion that snow is sitting on the roof. It's not a design element, it's an unintended error, and it has become one of the most recognizable and popular varieties among collectors. But that's just the beginning. Some Homestead quarters have extra windows, yes, literal extra window designs appearing on the front of the log cabin where there shouldn't be any. These are caused by die breaks or die gouges, and they're not only rare, they're easy to spot, which makes hunting for them incredibly exciting. Then there's the double die obverse, a type of error where the lettering, numbers, or details on the obverse, that's the side with George Washington, appears slightly doubled. It's subtle but unmistakable to trained eyes. Coins with a double die error are highly collectible and frequently sell for much more than face value. And let's not forget about off-center strikes, die clashes, and even coins struck on the wrong metal planchets. These rare anomalies can turn a common Homestead quarter into a one-of-a-kind collectible worth hundreds, thousands, or in very rare cases, even tens of thousands of dollars. Condition also plays a huge role in a coin's value. A Homestead quarter with one of these rare errors that's also in mint state or uncirculated condition becomes a top-tier collector's item. Coins graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC with high grades like MS-67 or MS-68 are far more valuable than circulated coins. Now, you may be wondering, how much can one of these quarters actually be worth? Here's where things get really exciting. One extremely rare version of the 2015 Homestead quarter, with a significant mint error and in pristine condition, was sold at auction for an absolutely incredible price. Are you ready? That single coin was sold for $77,000. Yes, you heard that right. $77,000 for a quarter that was once worth just 25 cents. So the big question is, could you have one of these rare treasures? It might be sitting in a coin jar. It might be tucked inside an old wallet. It could even be in your next handful of change. That's why it pays, literally, to check your quarters closely. Look at the roof. Count the windows. Check for doubling. Inspect every tiny detail. The next rare find could be right in front of you. Coin collecting isn't just about value. It's about history, discovery, and the thrill of finding something truly special. The 2015 Homestead quarter is a reminder that even in our modern pocket change, there are still secrets waiting to be uncovered. Top 3, we're talking about the 1999 New Jersey State Quarter, a coin with a powerful design, a place in American history, and for a few lucky collectors, a hidden secret that's made it one of the most valuable state quarters in existence. Let's start with the backstory. In 1999, the U.S. Mint launched one of its most ambitious and widely celebrated programs, the 50 State Quarters series. Each coin in the series would highlight a different U.S. state, released in the order they entered the Union. New Jersey was the third coin released in this historic collection, and its design struck a powerful chord with Americans everywhere. Take a closer look at the reverse side of the New Jersey quarter. It features George Washington crossing the Delaware River, a legendary moment from the Revolutionary War. This image pays tribute to a pivotal point in American history, when Washington led a surprise attack against British forces on Christmas night in 1776. On the coin, Washington stands strong at the bow of the boat, surrounded by his men, symbolizing bravery, leadership, and the relentless fight for independence. But beyond the beauty and symbolism of the design, there's something else that makes this coin so important, something collectors are actively hunting for. While millions of these coins were minted and entered circulation, not all were created equal. That's where the magic begins. Some 1999 New Jersey quarters have rare minting errors, small imperfections caused during the production process that were never meant to happen. But to collectors, those flaws are pure treasure point. One of the most sought-after errors on the New Jersey quarter is the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck more than once with a slightly misaligned die, causing the details, especially the words or numbers, to appear doubled. Imagine seeing the phrase "Crossroads of the Revolution" or "New Jersey" appear twice, faintly overlapping. That's not a trick of the eye. It's an extremely collectible mint error. Another type of error that is surfaced is the off-center strike. In this case, the coin's design is noticeably off to one side, and part of the image or wording may even be cut off at the edges. These kinds of mistakes are rare, visually dramatic, and highly desired by collectors. Then there are die cracks, planchet flaws, and even coins that were struck on the wrong type of metal disc, what's known as a wrong planchet error. Each of these errors turns a common coin into a unique specimen, and that uniqueness is what makes it valuable. Now here's something collectors know all too well. It's not just about the error, it's about the condition. A coin with a rare error is valuable, but if that same coin is in near-perfect, uncirculated condition, its value can multiply dramatically. Collectors and grading services look at factors like luster, sharpness of detail, and any signs of wear. If a rare New Jersey quarter has never been used in circulation and maintains its original mint sheen, you could be looking at something incredibly special. And let's not forget the excitement of the hunt. Part of what makes coins like the New Jersey quarter so fascinating is that they could be hiding in plain sight. You might have one of these rare coins sitting in a jar of change, sitting at the bottom of an old drawer, or quietly waiting in your childhood collection. It's this sense of possibility, this chance to discover a forgotten piece of history worth far more than its face value, that makes coin collecting such a thrilling hobby. So how much are we really talking about? What could a rare 1999 New Jersey quarter with the right mint error and the right condition be worth in today's market? Here comes the jaw-dropping part. Point one such coin. An ultra-rare New Jersey state quarter with a dramatic error and in near-perfect condition was sold to a passionate collector for the astonishing amount of $74,000. Yes, a single quarter. $74,000. Now the question is, could you be holding one of these treasures right now? Take a moment after this video to check your change, dig through your coin rolls, and examine those state quarters you may have collected over the years. Look closely. You might spot something others missed, a double die, a strike error, an unusual shape, or an unexpected shine. If you think you've found something special, don't clean it. Handling and cleaning can ruin its value. Instead, have it examined by a professional grading service or a trusted coin dealer. It just might be your golden ticket. Coin collecting is more than a hobby. It's a connection to the past, a celebration of history, and for some, a surprise path to unexpected fortune. We're about to dive into a truly remarkable coin, one that might be resting quietly in your pocket change, your collection, or even your couch cushions. But don't let its ordinary look fool you. This small coin has an incredible story, rare secrets, and for a few lucky people, it's brought in life-changing money. Yes, we're talking about the 2013 Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial Quarter, a coin minted to honor bravery, peace, and American resilience. And by the end of this video, you'll find out why one of these rare quarters sold for a stunning amount of money. So stay with me, because this is a story every collector, history buff, and curious coin hunter needs to hear. Let's begin with the background. In 2010, the U.S. Mint launched the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a follow-up to the hugely popular 50-state quarters series. This time, the spotlight turned to national parks and historic landmarks across all 50 states, territories, and the District of Columbia. In 2013, Ohio was honored with a beautiful design that paid tribute to the Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial, located on South Base Island in Lake Erie. This site stands in honor of Commodore Oliver Hazard Perry and the key naval victory he led during the War of 1812. That triumph helped secure the Great Lakes for the United States and protected American territory. The memorial, completed in 1915, also commemorates the long-standing peace between the U.S., Canada, and Great Britain, a peace that has lasted for more than 2 centuries. Now, Turn the coin over, and you'll see a powerful design. The reverse shows Commodore Perry standing with sword in hand, gazing toward the horizon, with the peace memorial rising behind him. The image is striking, strong, historic, a reminder of how hard-fought victories can lead to lasting peace. But there's more to this quarter than just a noble message and intricate design. What makes the 2013 Perry's Victory Quarter so special isn't just its artwork. It's the rare minting errors that have turned a handful of these coins into genuine collector's treasures. Let's talk about those errors, because that's where things get really exciting. Point one of the most desirable errors is the double die error. This happens when the coin's design is struck twice by the minting die, but the alignment is slightly off. As a result, parts of the text, like the words Perry's Victory, Ohio, or even the date, appear doubled. It may look like a shadow or a blur at first glance, but to a trained eye, it's a major find. These errors are rare, easy to miss, and incredibly valuable. Another collector favorite is the die chip error. On some Perry's Victory quarters, small extra blobs of metal appear, often around the memorial or Perry's figure. These aren't supposed to be there. They form when tiny pieces of the die break off during production. Each chip creates a unique feature on the coin, and no two are exactly the same. The larger and more noticeable the chip, the more appealing it becomes to collectors. But it doesn't stop there. Some of the rarest 2013 Perry's Victory quarters have been found with off-center strikes. This means the entire design is shifted away from the center of the coin, sometimes cutting off letters or figures. These are dramatic-looking errors, and when found in high condition, they can command serious prices. Then there's the possibility of a wrong planchet strike, when the design for this quarter is accidentally struck onto a coin blank mint for another denomination, like a nickel or a dime. These mistakes are rare beyond belief, and when authenticated by a professional grading service, they become museum-worthy pieces. Collectors also prize uncirculated coins, that is, coins that never entered everyday use and still have their original luster and detail. A Perry's Victory quarter that features an error and remains in mint state condition is a jackpot in the collecting world. That's the kind of coin that makes headlines and makes a collector's year. Now, here's the moment you've been waiting for. With all this in mind, historical significance, beautiful design, minting errors, and high-grade condition, some versions of this coin have sold for astonishing sums. In fact, one such 2013 Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial quarter, with a rare minting error and certified in pristine condition, was sold to a private collector for an unbelievable amount of money. That coin was sold for $73,000. Yes, a single quarter. Just 25 cents in face value, but $73,000 in collector value. Oh, now the question is, do you have one? Have you ever taken a second look at your 2013 quarters? Maybe one you received in change, or one you saved without realizing what it could become. Well, now's the time to dig it out, examine it closely, and look for those signs, doubling, die chips, off-center strikes, or anything unusual. If you think you found something special, don't rush to clean it. That can destroy its value. Instead, handle it carefully and consider sending it to a trusted coin grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. Because who knows? The next rare quarter to make headlines might be sitting right in your pocket right now. Top 5, we're diving deep into the story of a quarter that's not only beautiful and historic, but in some rare cases, incredibly valuable. It's a coin that came out quietly in 2005, and chances are, you've seen one or two of them without realizing its hidden potential. But after today's video, you might be inspired to take a second look. Let's talk about the 2005 West Virginia State Quarter, a coin that commemorates the strength, history, and natural beauty of the Mountain State. It's part of the legendary 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008 and became one of the most collected coin series in U.S. history. But the West Virginia Quarter, in particular, holds a special place among collectors. And if you stick with me until the end, you'll hear the true story of one example that sold for an amount that'll blow your mind. Now, first, let's appreciate the design. On the reverse of the West Virginia Quarter, we see an elegant depiction of the New River Gorge Bridge, one of the longest single-arch bridges in the world. The design captures the awe-inspiring height and architectural beauty of the structure as it stretches over the rugged New River below. It's not just a tribute to West Virginia. It's a tribute to human engineering, nature, and perseverance. But beneath this bold, majestic image lies the real treasure. Minting errors and rare variations that can transform this common quarter into a high-value collector's item. Here's where things get interesting. The U.S. Mint produced millions of these quarters in 2005, but not every coin came out perfect. During the fast-paced minting process, even the tiniest mechanical slip can lead to a variety of fascinating errors. And in the world of numismatics, those errors are pure gold. One of the most famous errors associated with the 2005 West Virginia quarter is the doubled die. This happens when the coin die imprints the design onto the blank twice, but slightly off from the first strike. The result? Letters or numbers that appear shadowed or overlapped. It may be subtle, but once you've seen it, you'll know it's not normal. This kind of error can show up on the date, state name, or the phrase e pluribus unum, and when spotted, it turns a regular coin into a rare and collectible one. Next up, we have the die break errors, often referred to as CUDs in the coin world. These appear when part of the die used to strike the coin breaks or cracks, leaving a raised, blob-like area on the coin's surface. On some West Virginia quarters, these blobs appear near the bridge, along the rim, or around the lettering. Since no two die breaks are exactly alike, each coin with this error becomes a one-of-a-kind piece. Another rare variation to look for is the off-center strike. That's when the coin is not perfectly aligned with the dies during the minting process, resulting in a design that is shifted or cut off. The more dramatic the off-center strike, and the more visible the date and design elements remain, the higher the value of the coin. And then there's the wrong planchet error, an incredibly rare and exciting type of mistake where a quarter is accidentally struck on a blank mint for a different coin, like a dime or a foreign currency. These coins often weigh differently, look slightly off in size or color, and are among the most valuable mistakes a collector can find. But let's not forget the role of condition in a coin's worth. A coin with an error is great, but if it's also in uncirculated or mint state condition, that's when serious collectors open their wallets. Coins graded MS-67 or higher by services like PCGS or NGC can see their value skyrocket. So, why is the West Virginia quarter so exciting for collectors? Because while many of these coins were made, very few of them were minted with the types of rare errors we've just talked about, and even fewer were preserved in pristine condition. That combination, rarity, error, and condition, is what makes some of these quarters so valuable on the open market. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for. One particular 2005 West Virginia quarter, featuring an exceptional minting error and graded in near-perfect condition, was sold at auction not long ago. And the price it fetched? $69,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single quarter. Just 25 cents in face value. But because of a rare mint error, preserved condition, and collector demand, it was worth more than most cars, college tuition, or even a down payment on a house. Now ask yourself, have you checked your quarters lately? You never know where one of these coins might turn up. In your change from the grocery store. In a coin roll from the bank. In an old collection passed down through the family. This is why collectors are always watching, always checking, and always researching, because a life-changing coin could be hiding in plain sight. So, here's what to do. Get your magnifying glass. Look closely at your 2005 quarters. Check for doubling, misaligned designs, extra blobs of metal, or anything that looks just a little off. And if you think you found something, handle it carefully, avoid cleaning it, and send it to a professional grading service for evaluation. Who knows? That quarter you almost spent on a candy bar might just be your ticket to something extraordinary. If you loved learning about this rare and fascinating coin, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on another hidden treasure. And tell us in the comments, have you ever found a coin with an error? Or do you have a West Virginia quarter with a story? We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting!